Hey guys, how's it going? This is Mushman182 bringing you the third of my consecutive K.E.M strikes here on the map Freight. And I know it's been a while, just a little over 2 weeks since I last uploaded, so I do apologise for that. But I've mentioned it before and I'm going to say it again. My internet is piss poor where I live. I've contacted providers who offer fibre optic like Virgin and BT, but it's just not available in my area. My upload speed hits a max of 0.97 megabytes, which is obviously very, very bad, but it's not because of my service provider, it is because of my area. I have friends who are on the same network who get a lot better speeds than me. I've tried everything from changing my channel settings to using different phone lines. I just can't get a decent upload speed. So if you guys have any tips and tricks to somewhat speed it up, then please let me know. Thankfully my download speed isn't too much of a concern, so I don't get affected when playing online too much. Sometimes I actually get to I manage to pull host, but yeah, it can be quite demoralising when I do upload for YouTube. Firstly, when I render a video to edit my commentary and mess about the colours, that can take about an hour and a half to process, and yes, I'm on a basic laptop, and then uploading the video itself can take another 2 hours depending on the length of the video. So it's not beneficial for me to go and get myself out a computer with a high spec, as I only really use the laptop for YouTube. But yeah, this is my first commentary since turning an old man. I turned 30 a few days ago, and to be honest, I don't feel any different. Age is only a number. I still feel young at heart, but I had a good day, and the problem people have with me is they don't know what to get me. I'm one of those guys that if I see something, I just go out and get it. So as people had no idea what to get me, it means I got quite a bit of money. Quite a bit, as in I can go and get out an Xbox One and buy a few games with it and not have to worry about spending my own money. But I'm not going to get it straight away. I'm going to wait until March when Titanfall comes out. As that's the only game I really want for next gen at the moment. I did originally have the Xbox One on pre-order, but I cancelled it, as apart from Dead Rising 3. There wasn't any other games that I was particularly wanted, but I hope, but I doubt it will happen, that maybe the Xbox One will have a slight price increase in the next few months. If so, then great, as it leaves me a few extra funds if I want to get some accessories. But people may say in the comments section that I'm making the wrong choice about going for Xbox One and I should go for the PlayStation 4 as it's more powerful. But just because it has more power, it does not always mean it's guaranteed success and will kill the other console. I mean, first off, the main reason for me going to the Xbox One is because that's what my friends are getting. I love playing multiplayer games, and it's just that much more fun when you're playing with a group of friends. I used to play solo all the time, and it can be torturous. I don't think I could go back to playing solo all the time. I don't mind it occasionally, but definitely not 100% of the time. And besides, you know, like I said, just because something is more enhanced, it doesn't mean it's going to be a guaranteed success and wipe the floor of the opposition and drill it into the ground. Some of you will be too young for this, but do any of you remember the original Nintendo Game Boy? You know, the old yellow and black screen. Do you remember that? Its main rival was called the Sega Game Gear, which was technically far superior. It was graphically more advanced, and for a start, it was also in colour. I did have both of these handheld systems. Well, the battery life on the Game Gear was terrible. It would literally last a few hours, so you did need that AC adapter. So Nintendo definitely had a one-up when it comes to battery life. But despite the Sega Game Gear's superiority, the Game Boy absolutely trounced it in sales. Whether these stats are 100% accurate or not, I'm not sure, but the Game Boy sold over 100 million units, whilst the Game Gear just sold, well, about just over 10 million. The Game Boy is regarded as a handheld classic system, whilst the Game Gear is not held in such a high regard. And it's not just there. You know, the Nintendo 64 was a 64-bit console. Well, yeah, obviously, as per the name, but it was completely outsold by the PlayStation 1, which was a 32-bit console. Obviously, the storage on CDs is a lot more than on cartridges, and that probably did hurt Nintendo. Again, I had both consoles, and yeah, the PlayStation was great for the superior CD sound quality and the great FMV sequences, but that loading time, that was a pain in the ass, especially playing Resident Evil and having to go through a load screen going through every single door. I honestly think some of the greatest games ever made were on the Nintendo 64. You know, Ocarina of Time, GoldenEye and Mario 64. They are rated as the best games of all time. And even to this day, when you see charts of the greatest games ever made for any console, these three games will be right at the top. But despite having some of the greatest ever console games, it was still hugely outsold by the PlayStation. You know, I'm not a fanboy. I'm a gamer. I've had the Game Boy, the Game Gear. I still have my PSP and Nintendo DS. I still have my NES, my Super NES, Nintendo 64. I got rid of the Nintendo GameCube when the Wii came out, as it was backwards compatible. I've had the Sega Master System, the Sega Mega Drive, the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, amongst many, many more. I mean, that's the good thing about being my age. I've grown up with the development of the first consoles, so look, I'm definitely not ruling out owning a PlayStation 4 at some point, but it's just not yet. You know, I do like a good long single player game, so if Sony has some good exclusives worth shelling out for, it's something I'll look into. But, you know, a bit of a different commentary today, but it's nice to talk about something different which isn't just Call of Duty. So I hope you enjoyed, guys. Have a good day, take care, and I will talk to you soon.